I was born on August 17, 2006, and you can only imagine the dreams that I had for him. Christmas morning, 4 months after he was born, he had his first grand mal seizure. It lasted an hour long. My whole life changed. We went and got a gene test, and they told us that he has Dravet syndrome. And Dravet syndrome is the most extreme, catastrophic epilepsies out there, they say. It is life-threatening. We've tried 11 different anti-epileptic drugs. We've changed the medicine so many times because of all the side effects. 2 weeks ago, he was laughing and crying in the same motion with the difference of meds. I don't know what his real personality is. So, it hurts. Nothing seems to work. These are just some of the shots that we carry with us 24/7. And they're rectal injections. It's a type of Valium. There's been times that I've given him 2 of these and it didn't stop a seizure before, and we'd have to call an ambulance. He's about to have a seizure. He's twitching right now. Come on, Jaden, come dada. Come look at dada, look at dada, look at dada. Shimatala, shimatala. Yeah, Anna, Jaden, come on, come on. Come on, Jaden, come on, come on. You out of it? Okay. Relax. Okay. He just had it rough. Lately, I've been reaching out to a lot of different parent groups. I've heard there's other kids with epilepsy that try medical cannabis and are doing much better. That's why I want to try it. I'm thinking this might be the answer. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a good hug. Today is a new step in Jaden's future. We're planning to try some medical cannabis to stop the seizures. Never been to a dispensary before. I'm excited, but also, of course, nervous.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Jason. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Jason.
Talk to you on the phone. Yes.
Nice
How are you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
I see you got your doctor's recommendation.
Yes, I did. I've been going through a lot in the last 4 years, and I've decided to, we have to try something new because we've tried a lot of different synthetic drugs for my son, and the side effects are tremendous. He's still having seizures on an everyday basis with all these medicines.
One of the things that people that have a lot of seizures are concerned about is that sometimes THC can make it worse. Or
Yes.
can trigger it.
Yes.
So high CBD medicine is what
We're looking for. I gotta try another miracle. Hopefully this is the one.
Well, we'll take it nice and easy, okay? He's got a young son who's going to be trying medical cannabis for severe epilepsy, and they need high CBD medicine.
So we have CBD in 2 of our tinctures at the moment. This one is a vegetable glycerin base, so it's a bit sweeter.
Okay.
It's not so shocking.
Yeah. How does it feel when you're on it?
Well, CBD is non-psychoactive,
So it's not like THC whatsoever?
correct. You don't feel a quote-unquote buzz.
I was really curious about this one because it has much higher CBD.
It does.
I'd love to try that then.
It's awesome what you're doing.
Thank you.
And we're here for you.
I appreciate that. I could tell. Andrew, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
You know, medical cannabis is not for everybody. But if we're making his life a little bit easier, man, it's worth all the controversy. And I know there's people out there who, think I'm doing bad. But I know I'm not doing bad. If anything's within my job description, if anything's my job, it's this.
So, the medical cannabis that I got was right here. It's what they call a tincture. It's a vegetable glycerin, so it's very sweet. This might work, because I'm not trying to get my son high. I'm trying to cure my son's seizures. What are you doing, you little animal? Little animal. Come on. Open. How's it taste? Pretty good? I just gave Jaden CBD for the first time. Didn't look like it bothered him. It's only, the first day of it. And we'll see as it progresses next few weeks and see how it goes. Hopefully things will start getting better. How are you?
Come on back. Jaden's dad wanted to come in personally and let me know how that tincture was working for him. Hopefully, I'll have some good news. So how's everything going?
Jaden had 4 days without a seizure. He was having seizures on an everyday basis. I have hope. You know,
That's awesome.
The last 4 days have been the best 4 days I've had in the last 4 years. I've never heard my son hum. My son hummed for the first time. And that's, I called my doctor and told him that he hums for the first time. She goes, that means his mind is working. Like he was making eye contact, which he doesn't usually do.
Are they excited that it's working?
They're excited. 4 days, it's like, is he seizure free? Is this the cure? Is this it right away? They took him to school and he said he was smiling and giggling and happy again. But I mean, if just with that little drop, we gave him 4 days of seizure free, I mean, what can I ask for?
I hope that your emotional roller coaster ride will get some relief too, as your son gets relief. Stay in touch. It's really important to me.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Good.
I appreciate it.
I'm glad it's going good.
Thank you.
Everyone says, oh, 98% of all the people that go in those cannabis clubs aren't sick. They're healthy young guys. That's wrong. If we get shut down because of these crazy perceptions that aren't true and we get shut down by the IRS, people like Jaden and his dad won't have anywhere to go.
Our journey begins here, in this small town home, nestled in the mountains, with a family who has never allowed TV cameras in before. And you're gonna soon learn why.
This is so pretty out here. Yeah.
They live in Colorado, one of 2 states where it's legal to smoke pot medically and recreationally. But here, it's also taboo to residents like Paige Figge and her husband, Matt.
I'm sure it was mentioned to us by someone, hey, you should try this. And I thought, no way.
You thought that's fringe stuff?
No way, not in a million years, no.
But in this area, marijuana is far from fringe.
4 joints, and do you want Island Sweet Skunk?
Medical dispensaries are everywhere.
Hey, welcome, guys.
People are smoking in private clubs and public festivals. But none of this is for Matt. He's a military man, and marijuana would be a career ender.
I grew up in Wisconsin in a well-loving family, and I was educated that, like, oh, that's a drug. You don't do that. And I never did.
But just decades ago, marijuana was a legitimate medication, also called cannabis, prescribed by doctors and dispensed by pharmacies.
This is Harry J.
But that all changed in 1930.
A relentless warfare against
Henry Anslinger, the United States' first drug czar. For him, public enemy number 1, you guessed it, marijuana.
This guy saw how he could increase the budget of his department by having this mission, going after marijuana.
You know, saying that there's this drug that the Mexican migrant workers are smoking, and it's loco weed, and it's going to make them crazy, and they're going to rape your women.
He got the anti-marijuana message out through news reports. And then came this.
It is convinced that he is hopelessly and incurably insane.
The film, Reefer Madness, portraying the users of marijuana as unproductive, crazed.
People are still afraid of what pot can do to them.
In many ways, to have defined our attitudes now for 70 years.
Yeah.
Marijuana then became illegal in 1937. And by 1970, it was a Schedule I controlled substance. The government was saying it had no medicinal value and had a high potential for abuse. All reasons why the Figgies stayed away from marijuana. Until this. And this might be hard for some of you to watch.
It's okay, baby.
This is their daughter, Charlotte, having a seizure.
We just thought it was just one random febrile seizure.
Nothing to really do,
Right.
no medications. It's a fluke.
Right.
A fluke made sense. After all, Charlotte, nicknamed Charlie, was born perfectly healthy, a fraternal twin to sister Chase.
Charlie always had big, big smiles. Just happy kids.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Very much so. So it was around 3 months, you said, that when you
Yeah.
first noticed that
Yeah.
Charlie had a seizure. I was changing her diaper, well, putting a new diaper on from after the bath, and her eyes just started flickering.
It led to the first of many trips to the ER.
They did the $1 million workup, the MRI, EEG, spinal tap. You know, they did the whole workup and found nothing and sent us home.
No abnormal blood tests, no abnormal scan.
And developing normally, too. You know, talking and walking, and the same day as her twin. Nothing was behind yet.
By the time she was 2, though, the seizures had become constant and started to take their toll on their once happy, joyful little girl.
She started to really decline cognitively, and she was slipping away, and she just wasn't keeping up with her twin.
The Figgies finally found an answer. It was awful news. Dravet syndrome. It is severe, intractable epilepsy. The seizures start during the first year of life and are unstoppable, difficult to control, and very damaging.
Severe behavioral problems, attention deficit and hyperactivity, the self-injury, you know, banging her head on the floor and pulling her hair out, and like a possessed child. This isn't your perfect, happy Charlotte.
It was a race against time. Many Dravet kids die young, in early childhood. Charlotte was almost 3. For the next 2 years, the Figgies tried everything. Strange diets, acupuncture, and dozens of powerful drugs like Valium, Ativan, phenobarbital. But nothing seemed to help. Even worse, some of the medications nearly killed her.
After 1 dose, she stops breathing, and after 2 doses, her heart will stop.
Did you have to do CPR then on her yourself?
Yes. I remember when her heart stopped and I had her pulse and I lost her pulse. There was just nothing. The ambulance is on its way.
She survived.
You're okay. Mommy's here.
But now it was fall of 2011, and Charlotte was 5 years old.
When things were at their worst, she just sees all night, and the kids are sleeping either in my room or next door. They can hear her, the seizure scream all night, 50 times a night. And Chase would come in the morning and just, this is her twin, and just hug her and like rub her head and say, I'm just so glad you survived through the night last night.
Matt had been deployed to Afghanistan, and the only thing he could do to help was start scouring the internet. And he stumbled onto this video of a child using marijuana.
So how's everything going?
Jaden had 4 days without a seizure.
I'm like, wow, having success on specifically Dravet, this is interesting, it's natural.
And while he couldn't ever imagine taking marijuana himself, he was now in the stunning position of recommending it for Charlotte.
I was like, we need to do this.
And I said, I don't know.
Charlie, there you are.
And then Charlotte's condition got worse. 300 seizures a week, almost 2 every hour. She was not talking or moving, basically catatonic. As a last resort, doctors wanted to either prescribe a powerful veterinary drug used on epileptic dogs or put Charlotte in a medically induced coma so her brain and body could rest. For Paige, those were not good options. But maybe, just maybe, marijuana now was. And it's research that could give hope to patients like Charlotte Figgy.
I made it.
Scientists in Israel are learning that marijuana use might actually protect the brain, not damage it.
They've been able to show that it can decrease the amount of brain damage from head injuries in mice.
To be able to give a medicine after the injury to reverse some of the damage, that's huge.
I want to paint my nails.
You want to paint your nails? I'll paint your nails.
I literally see Charlotte's brain making connections that haven't been made in years. It's almost seeming to build her brain, where before it seemed broken.
And while scientists are still at the very early stages of knowing if this is actually happening, I can tell you it was remarkable to see her progress. In the 3 months since we first met her, we saw a change. She was now talking more.
Say puppy. Yeah.
She's horseback riding.
Good girl.
She even rides a bike on her own. And the special strain made for Charlotte is now named for her. It's Charlotte's Web.
It is Charlotte's plant.
It's Charlotte's plant. Not anymore. Now it's for all the children.
More than 41 children are using Charlotte's Web here in Colorado. All of them are reporting significant seizure reduction. And there are dozens more on a wait list, hoping, praying that a plant could change their lives, just like it did for Charlotte.